Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Leonard. Fires the 3. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Beverley finds Leonard. And that one is good.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
Lillard outside. That one misses. The Clippers go the other way with it. The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Kicks it out to McCollum. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Beverley dishes to Leonard. Launches a 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Traps in the tray.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
And here's Beverley. Leonard on the wing. Shoots over Powell. And the shot falls short this time.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Lillard throws it down.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now, here is George. And it's Zubac atop the key. Back to George. To end the run. Good on the triple. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Jackson looking around. Pass to Kennard. Launches it. Rebound by Anthony. Trailblazers leading by 4. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Simons. Over Jackson.
Tremendous defense. Reggie has the quickness to stay on the ball and the long reach to affect the shot.
It's deflected. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. And 1:01 left to play in the first. Batum against Anthony. Up top, Cannon. And the pass to Simons. Now Jones. 5 to shoot. Great tee that time from Batum.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And then Jones with the jam.
Terrific vision there with that pass. Hit his teammate perfectly in transition.
Outside Jackson. Passes it to Mann. Here's Kennard. Fires the three. The rebound by Simons. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Simons. No good on the three. The shot, no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from being.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in the corners.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Pass to Simons. Anthony down low. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Anthony's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland. Jackson passes to Kennard. High post to Baca. Puts one up from 19. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. The pass to Kanter. There's the dish to Anthony. It's Hollis Jefferson, top of the key. Simons surveying the D. And he uses the glass on the layup. Simons has got his first basket of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Clippers trail by 10. Here's Jackson. To the middle. And Ibaka slams it in.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, "We've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time." Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. It's stolen by Jones. For the finish. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Now, here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Shot clock at 5. From deep, George. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Lillard against Beverly. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Lillard the pass to Covington. And here's McCollum for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Now, here's George to stop the run. And the Clippers miss again. 1:10 left in the first half of the game. And here's Covington from the arc. And Lillard kicks to Covington. The three-pointer, no good. Clippers trail by 16. And Morris throws it down.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Passes it to McCollum. Off the left rim and out.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And Morris throws it down.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Now here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. Dishes to Lillard. From 17 feet out, Trailblazers keep it alive. Nurkic kicks to Powell. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Back to George. Lets it go with the three. A shot off that time. And so it's Portland with a 14. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their biggest advantage of the period was... Thanks for joining us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Trailblazers leading by 14. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at center. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Here's Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Clippers shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Outside Leonard. Three-pointer. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Now here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. Nurkic in the post. Working on Zubats. Leonard with the steal. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. Count it. Good. Morris has got 4 points in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Lillard against Beverly. Powell for 3. Paul George grabs the miss.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Leonard.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
George, no good. Trailblazers leading by 11. Gets a hand on it. Paul George grabs the miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4-6 from the field since the start of the third.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Lillard against Beverly. Morris with the rebound. Leonard inside. Covered by Lillard. And Leonard gets it to go.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Anthony, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Both free throws good from Anthony.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Outside Jackson. Tipped away. Ibaka outside. Right side, Batum. Pass to man. Oh, good on the triple.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
First free throw is good. And so Jones nails both of them. 1:15 left to play in the third. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. The tray. Rebounded by Anthony. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 11. Here's Simons. He's got 5. Back to Jones. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Jones has got 4 this quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And he gets it. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Kennard for 3. 1 second left, and Ibaka slams it in.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers going into the break with a 10-point lead. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We'll get right back to the action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. Now here's McCollum. Back to Lillard, down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from the wing, and no good. Trying to use the glass. Clippers trail by 8. Jackson finds Kennard. Offensive rebound, poke loose. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Here's McCollum. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Shot from the wing, and the basket by McCollum.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Everly with the ball. Outside, George lets it go from deep. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 11 rebounds in the game. McCollum laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 12-point Portland lead.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
The 3 from George. Leonard kicks to George. For 3. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Another shot. And it's good on the layup.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard from deep. Nurkic, the pass to Covington, kicks it to Powell. Lillard against Beverly. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Lillard missing.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Now here's Lillard. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
George passes to Morris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Covington picks one up.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
No way he is happy with himself right now. He knows he has to knock every shot down at this point in the game.
It's good. Morris has got 9 points here in the second half.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
1:31 left to play in the final quarter. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Over George. Powell finds Nurkic. Outside Covington. Lillard outside. Goes back up. That one off the back iron and out.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
Now here is George. Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Inside, stolen by Zubac.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play, and then, of course, they also need to foul. Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Lillard, right side. 6 on the shot clock. Covington's shot is off. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 3. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Also, interesting choice to be made right here. You need either a 3 or a quick 2 and a foul.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Yusuf Nurkic.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for the Nets, they've got Kyrie Irving. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. Zubac finds George. Puts up a 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
They retain possession. Right wing. Griffin passes to KD. Just 5 on the clock.
And a good example of why Leonard perpetually makes the all-defensive team. You are caught on the Hawaiian Islands.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. That shot, no good. Stolen by Beverly. Down low, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Harden with it. Outside Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story. That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now Irving. Outside Durant. And they get it. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
George dishes to Beverly. Back to George. There's the 3. And it's George again missing.
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
KD can't get it to go.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Zubac the pass to Leonard. Outside Irving. Takes a 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Right side Leonard. They get it again. Off target at the rim.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Leonard with no one around. Again, Leonard missing.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Outside for Durant. Shoots the 3. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Here's Beverly. Outside Leonard to the paint. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. From deep three-point range, and they will call over the back on the play.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, energy is good, but not smart there trying to go through somebody on that play.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Ibaka against Griffin. And Ibaka kicks to Kennard. Back to Ibaka, trying to end the drought. It's hauled in by Harris. And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn. It's a three-point game. Durant dishes to Griffin. Kennard against Irving. Outside for Durant. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
There's 21 seconds left here in the opening quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
From deep. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving at the 2. No good from Durant.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Batum with the steal. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Durant kicks to Harden. Batum against Durant. He dishes it to Harris. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point range. And again, it's the Nets missing. Los Angeles leading by 5. Batum attacking, banked in off the glass.
And it looks like they're settling down after having some real problems shooting the ball in that opening quarter.
Harden scanning the floor. Batum against KD. Fires for 3. Let's keep it alive. Harris finds Durant. Hits it from three-point range. Durant's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Jackson kicks to Ibaka. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Ibaka's got his first bucket of the night. Johnson against Jackson. Johnson outside. Dinwiddie outside. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got his first points in this one.
And how about that beautiful display for us of DeAndre Jordan and that wingspan getting to that ball.
Kennard for three. No good on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Johnson surveying the floor. Green, no luck.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The Clippers shooting the sixth attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Here's Johnson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. This one for three. Rebound by the Clippers. Ibaka's got his fourth rebound in this one. Jackson with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Jackson, that's good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Jordan, high post. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jordan no good on the free throw.
Well, there is continuous energy in DeAndre Jordan's play, really hustling on both ends and influencing those plays with that activity.
Back to Morris. The three from George. Rebounded by the Nets. Zubac the pass to Morris. Oh, that's offensive interference. Beverly against Johnson. Pass to Dinwiddie. Jacks up a three. That shot no good. It's deflected and stolen by Jordan. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them. And that does it for our halftime.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You gotta like what Nicholas Batum has done in this game.
Yeah, and the numbers don't jump out at you, but the impact on the game sure does.
Well, the commitment he has to fill his role and consistently fill that role, that's what that team needs from him.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the three slot. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Beverly the pass to Morris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morris has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Harden against Morris. Harden kicks to Irving. Back to Harden. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
A three from Leonard. The Clippers keep it alive. Morris with the ball. Picked up by Harris. A three from Leonard. Drains it from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 5.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has worked so hard on his shooting to become more consistent, specifically the three-point shot. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
On the wing, Irving. Back to Harden. Clock at 6. From deep. The shot comes out, so the Clippers will take it the other way.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Stolen by Harden. They're running. Stolen by George. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. Oh, here we go with Griffin. Nobody back there.
And Griffin is physical right there, bumping in and picking up a personal.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. George passes to Beverly. Now, here's Zubac. Kicks to George. Back to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. There's the triple. Over Irving. Morris dishes to Leonard. Here's Zubac. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
George looking around. There's 1:54 left to play in the third. 5 on the clock. Leonard finds George. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Beverly the pass to Leonard. Drains the three-pointer. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Harden against George. Now, here is Harden. He has 7.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Rebound, Brooklyn.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Leonard on the wing. Over Durant. Again, Leonard missing.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Brooklyn with the ball. They trail by 7. Irving way outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight. Out to the wing. Back to Jackson. For the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Jackson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
Durant with a wide open look. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. There's Jackson with the 3. The shot, no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. Defensive. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Kennard finds Ibaka. Back to Kennard. Over Irving. Kennard's shot is off.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Durant for three. Batum grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Kennard for three. Outside for Batum. Jackson has the open look. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Durant.
His ability to pull up off the dribble should be illegal for a near 7-footer. Durant showing exceptional body control there.
Kennard for three. Rebound, Brooklyn.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Irving passes to Durant. And Durant can't get that one to fall.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter. Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Harden against Jackson. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Harden. Outside Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Jackson passes to Mann. Back to Jackson. Pass to Ibaka. 6 to shoot. Shot from 12. Unable to get that one. The Nets go the other way with it. Nobody near Irving. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Clippers leading by 7. Mann passes to Ibaka. Here's Mann. That three off the mark. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And the Clippers miss again. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Kennard for 3. And the Clippers miss again.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that. Appreciate the mentality of Kyrie at this point, embracing the moment. He'll take the big shot.
Harden against Jackson. Stolen by Harden. A deep three from Irving. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Harden against George. Durant for 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot.
Oh! Look out below! That finish. Oof. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Durant for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Everly with the ball. Outside, George from past the arc. He can't hit that time.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
Got it!
Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
And George, here we go. Yes!
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. Then there's Griffin, and it's Irving in at the 2 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. Harden, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Harden with it. It's Durant on the wing. From deep three-point range. And the rebound by Nurkic. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. And Lillard kicks to Powell. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Offensive rebound. Nurkic can't hit. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. On deep. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Irving.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Covington passes to Lillard. Portland no good that time either. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Back to KD. And there's the pass to Irving. Here's Harden on the wing.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
No good with the triple. Powell, that's good. Powell's got his second basket.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Harden finds Harris. Back to Harden. From deep three-point range, and it's Portland with the rebound. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. Powell dishes to Covington. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Drills the three-pointer.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Outside Irving. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Trailblazers leading by 4. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Chalk up 2 there.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Now Harden. Shot to stop the run. And Harden with the stuff.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring.
Hey, bump the move. How about the finish? That's right, fella. Bang that thing.
Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Lillard from deep three-point land. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Durant kicks to Harris on the wing. Harden from the arc. And no good that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Powell. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Powell's got 6.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Harden surveying the D. Out to Harris. Irving from long range. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden. With 1 on the clock, he's off on that one. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 4. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Tyler Johnson. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward position. Green, yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Green's got the first basket of the second quarter for Brooklyn. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Jones looking for an opening. Passes to Simons. 5 to shoot. Here's Cantor. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Right side, Irving. The 3 gets hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
The 3. No good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Green finds Johnson. Jordan trying to free himself up. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Yeah, he is a high riser for sure. Hollis Jefferson, a walking highlight reel when he gets to the rim.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
To the middle. Irving with the ball. Hollis Jefferson's there. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Kevin Durant's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. James Harden, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Johnson.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Dinwiddie right side. Harris outside. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Portland.
Cullen passes to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. To the inside. And Jordan sends it back.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Inside. Back to KD. To the paint. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. The three from Harden. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
And so it's Portland. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. The rebound by the Nets. KD's got 4 rebounds in this game. Jordan kicks to Durant. From deep. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 8 rebounds in this game. And a deep three from Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say or control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Oh, good on that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Durant wide open. He fires. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. KD's got 10 points in the game. Portland leading by 14. Lillard outside. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Takes the three. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
So for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Harden outside. On the wing, Irving. The three ball. That shot off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Here is Harden. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Just 5 to shoot. And Harden with the stuff.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you. And he'll put you in a poster if you let him.
Kicks it out to McCollum. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Back to McCollum. Powell, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Here is Harden. 6 points for him. Durant for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Nurkic gets it to go. Nurkic has got his first bucket in this one.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Out to the right wing. Back to Irving. Pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And so it's Portland taking a 19-point lead into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll take a quick... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Nets trail by 19. So for Brooklyn now, Griffin is out there with Green. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Irving. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 slot. Irving can't hit.
You know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Johnson dishes to Griffin. Cantor against Johnson. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Brooklyn making a change here. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro, and it's James Harden in for Tyler Johnson. A deep three from Durant, and Jones pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 19 points. Cantor finds Jones. Back to Cantor, stolen by Durant. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball, and that's an intentional foul. Here is Harden. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Nets trail by 19. And a wide open look for Irving. Misses the three. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. It's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Harden outside. Fires from deep. With the putback. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
McCollum outside. The Nets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. The pass to Durant. It's not going to go for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Covington kicks to Lillard. And the foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And it's Covington atop the key. The dish now to Lillard. Over Harden. Not enough on that one as it misses. Nets trail by 19. Irving attacking. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Always a threat on the drive. Irving has an explosive first step.
Harden against Lillard. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Powell finds Lillard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
On the wing, Irving. From outside the arc, gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Portland.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
A very solid win indeed, and when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Lillard.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Durant launches from deep, from beyond the arc, and then some.
You know, sometimes you just assume this shot is falling before it goes in. Durant's outside jumper is that deadly.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. On Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverly. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And it's Leonard missing and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
George dishes to Beverly. From deep three-point range, and it's George missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Both good from the line that time. And here are the Trailblazers. Lillard scanning the floor. Passes it to Powell. From the baseline. And that one's good. Lillard.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And boy, he can strike at any time.
Outside Leonard. Shoots over Powell, and good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Lillard against Beverly, and he gets the bucket.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Zubac the pass to George. Back to Zubac. Good.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lillard outside. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Here's McCollum. Lillard outside. Leonard with the steal.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
Powell the pass to Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
6 on the shot clock. Zubac the pass to Leonard. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations. Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Leonard the pass to Morris. Covington with the steal. Lillard with it. George picks him up. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. trailing by 2. And Beverly kicks to George. Los Angeles with another miss. For Portland, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. McCollum against George. McCollum passes to Nurkic. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Lillard against George. Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Lillard finds Powell. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Clippers trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Outside Leonard. Back to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. He feeds it to Leonard. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. For the Clippers. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard with it. 8 points for him. To the middle. 2 points. That one goes.
With excellent footwork, Nurkic remains effective in those pick-and-roll situations.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Trailblazers leading by 6. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays
humble beginnings. I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Mann in at the 3 slot. Here's Kennard, and he gets it to go.
Boy, Ibaka is such a great teammate. This guy is always willing to find the open man.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. You know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Jackson kicks to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Simons surveying the D. It's stolen by Ibaka. Batum finds Jackson. Finished off the break. Jackson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Hollis Jefferson passes to Simons. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers trail by 6. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. To the inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Anthony down low, covered by Morris.
Melo picks his spots to put the ball on the deck, but boy, can he make you look foolish if you let him.
And George kicks to Zubas. Outside Leonard. Outside for George. And the three off target. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Anthony. It's hauled in by George. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And the wide open shot from Morris. And George able to finish.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They've led by as much as 10. Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Back to Kennard from downtown. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Outside, Batum. Kennard against McCollum. Kennard's shot is off.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Trailblazers.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 10 points, 2 assists. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Count the basket. McCollum's got 4 points this quarter.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Beverly with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Here's George. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
McCollum outside. The pass to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. And the layup's good off the glass. McCollum's got 6.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
The Clippers again turning it over. Trailblazers leading by 8. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Pass to Nurkic. McCollum left side. Pocket 6. In the corner, Powell with it. From about 16. McCollum no good.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
And George with this stuff.
You allow Paul George loose in fast break situations. He's an absolute force in the open floor.
Now Lillard, 10 points for him. Down low, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
The lead just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. Offline with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
Second chance shot. And Lillard lays it up and in. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Now the feed to Carmelo. Now here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by George. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Up top, Hollis Jefferson. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And Doris, with Rondé Hollis Jefferson, it's more than just stats. The guy is just so active when he's on the floor.
That's right, Greg. It's the hustle and the movement he plays with that are really the strengths. Only 6'6", but it feels like he can play above that size. Great energy guy to bring off the bench. And if you need him because of injuries or fill-in spots, he can start and be productive.
Outside, Jones. Batum against Anthony. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Simons. Feeds to Cantor. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Here's Kennard. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Got a piece of it. Got a piece of it. Jones, the best to Hollis Jefferson. Tries it from 9. They get it back. And staying with the play, Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
You know, you have to like the activity from your superstar. Anthony staying involved even off the basketball.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Clippers trail by 7. Now here's Jackson. Good D by Covington. And so it's Portland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Kennard. Batum is out there with Ibaka. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the small forward. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Powell's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Trailblazers.
This, to me, is where he can be lethal. In fast break situation, Norman Powell's speed's a problem.
Pass to Kennard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the first one drops. And so he hits both. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The pass to McCollum. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. So for the Clippers. On defense, the Clippers. 7-point differential. McCollum outside. Stolen by George. Out to Morris. To the right side. Beverly, the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Powell. The dish to Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Powell against Leonard. Here's Nurkic. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 3. And a deep three from Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Outside, George. He dishes it to Leonard. Off target from outside. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And the dunk by Powell.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Lillard finds McCollum. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
George looking over the floor. Pass to Beverly. Lillard against George. Shot clock at 5. Over Lillard. And it's off the back rim. No good. Trailblazers leading by 7. Good work there as it goes.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
George passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Lillard against Beverly. And it's Lillard missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Yep, that one goes.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
George against Lillard. George passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered. And Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
And George hits the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard outside. 6 on the shot clock.
Well, what a stop by Patrick Beverly. One of the most aggressive, intense defenders in the league, regardless of size.
There's 48 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Shot on the wing. Lillard misses.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
The 3 from George. That shot missing, and it's Portland the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Lillard fires away from way outside, and it's Lillard again missing.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
It counts.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Lillard outside. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job. Coming up next, it's time for the NBA. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Griffin. And it's KD in at the 4. And for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. Now here's Leonard. Pass to George. And above the rim play, always captivating, Steve. We should see a lot of that tonight.
And Kevin, I'm so excited. You know, I played under the rim, so to get a chance to watch guys play well above, I am getting my popcorn ready.
Over in the corner, Beverley. Outside, George. And it's off from three-point range. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. And then Durant with the dunk.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Harris against Leonard. Sinks that one from the post.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Harden scanning the floor. Durant in the corner. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubats. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The offensive rebound. A second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
And Morris drops them both. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Now, here is Harden. Inside. Griffin kicks to Irving. Puts up a 3. He can't get that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. And it's Beverley missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Harden outside. And here's KD for 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
It's the Nets now after the Clippers pick up 2. On the wing, Irving.
An all-defensive first-teamer. Beverley once again getting up into his man and locking him down.
And they pick up 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Harden. To halt the run. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Here's Kennard. The 3 nailed from three-point land.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now, here is Harden. From deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Jackson with it, and it's Harden picking him up. In the corner, Kennard with it. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got his second bucket of the night.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And Harden launches it from deep. Kept alive. 56 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Ibaka. It's stolen by Harris. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Outside for Griffin. Nets passing it around. The three from KD. Kennard with the rebound.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
Outside Jackson. Back to Batum. 5 on the clock. Jackson finds Batum. Irving surveying the floor. Over Batum. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young.
This game, it's.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. Now here is Ibaka. No points in the game yet for him. From 13, the shot's good from Kennard.
When Kennard is that set up, he almost can't miss. Such a skilled shooter.
Harden outside. Pass to KD. Lets it go from deep. And with the rebound.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
To me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Here's the three. Rebounded by the Nets. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And Griffin stays with it.
Great effort by Blake Griffin. Coaches can draw up whatever they want. Sometimes it just boils down to effort.
Jackson against Harden. And there's the pass to Ibaka. Here's Mann. Ibaka finds Kennard. From deep three-point range, a putback. Great positioning on the putback. Ibaka's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
Kennard against Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. He played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like John Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Johnson, he's checked in for Irving.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Johnson outside. Jeff Green on the wing. Clock at 6. Pops it up for Jordan. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Outside Leonard. From past the arc. They get it back. Zubac. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now here's Johnson. Jordan inside. Working on Zubac. A nice shot by Jordan.
And DeAndre has really beefed up his body over the years, remaining ready for whatever the defense throws his way.
Outside, George. Here's Leonard. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Nets trail by 8. There's Green with the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Morris with the bucket.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Johnson outside. Dinwiddie up top. Defended by Beverly.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Morris passes to Zubac. Over Jordan. That misses off the backboard. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. 11-point game. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Beverly for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Johnson attacking. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Leonard looking around. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. Their mission to dominate early. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it up.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Nets trail by 9. We've got Patrick Beverly. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Back to Jordan from inside and off the glass. That one's good. Jordan's got his second basket of the night.
Attacking in the painted area. I like this approach. It's where DeAndre's at his best.
Leonard with no one around. And a miss there on the triple. The Hail Mary from beyond half court is off target. Here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac. A 3 ball. And it's Beverly missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
It's a solid blueprint. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. George against Irving. There's the three. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got his fourth rebound in this one. Back to Irving. Three-pointer. And that one is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Leonard finds Zubac. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Here's Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Outside Leonard launches a three, sinks the three-pointer. Leonard's got 5.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
From deep, Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's George. Rebounded by the Nets. Harden's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Irving. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Irving's got his second bucket.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Outside Leonard. It's George on the wing. Over Irving. George, no good.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period. Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
And here's Harden. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Outside Irving. Back to Harden. 4 on the clock. Hands it from downtown. 7 points in the game.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
Now here's Leonard. 5 points in the game. To the wing right side. Back to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
55 seconds left to play here in the third. Harden can't hit.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Kyrie Irving. Outside Leonard. And Griffin sends it. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers lead by 2. And we're coming back. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The Clippers in the lead. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Griffin. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2 guard. Here's Kennard. Here's Ibaka. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
That's a well-timed play, well executed, and Serge, a quick, powerful roller to work with.
The deep 3 from Harden. And with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. Back to Jackson. And Griffin sends it back. And he recovers it. Jackson dishes to Ibaka. Just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. Harden outside. Outside Irving. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Jackson kicks to Ibaka. Jackson against Harden. And it's good for 2. And the Clippers lead by 4.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
The deep 3 from Harden. Rebound by the Clippers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Kennard. Batum, the second chance points on the tip in. Batum's got his first basket of the night.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. The 3 from Harden drills it from outside.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Left side, Ibaka. Over Irving. And no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Outside Durant to tie it up. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Batum scanning the floor. Outside for Jackson. Back to Ibaka. Poked away. Griffin with the steal. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Harden the pass to Irving. From deep 3-point range. Harden no good. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 3-point lead. And it's George missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
And the shot goes in.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Nets trail by 5. Outside Irving. George against Harden. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
And that one's good. Beverly.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Outside Durant from deep. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. George way outside. They grab their own miss. Launches it. But they'll get another chance.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
And again, the Clippers good for 2.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Knocks down the 3 ball.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
George passes to Beverly. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Morris right side. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Stolen by Harden.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And even if they make it, they need an immediate foul no matter who catches the ball.
Beverly with the ball. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They didn't make it easy. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Griffin in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Lillard. Now the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it to Powell. Griffin grabs the board.
Now, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Powell with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Oh, Covington in position. Stolen by Durant. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Irving can't hit. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The wide open look for Durant. The long distance three is buried.
You have to respect everything that Durant can do on the floor. You have to live with it. I mean, when he knocks down that pull-up jumper, crazy.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Nurkic with it. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard finds Nurkic. And here's McCollum for three. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Irving.
I love seeing that kind of unselfishness. Irving has proven to be a sensational teammate.
For the Trailblazers, it's been a slow start here. It's a 5-point game.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Here is Harden following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Durant, no good. Nobody near Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Not going to go that time.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Durant for three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open three is usually like a layup for him.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover would drive a coach crazy.
Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. That doesn't go either for Durant.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
The shot by Powell, no good.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Trailblazers trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Lillard, and he banks in the layup. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
And here are the Trailblazers now. After the basket by Brooklyn, here's McCollum. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. There's the triple. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. McCollum against Harden.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
For 3, Durant, and it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Powell kicks to Lillard. And the shot is long.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that. He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
The night Harden put up 60 points and had a triple-double. That was so amazing. I got to mention that's incredible.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. The feed now to Jordan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to. Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. The three from Johnson, and it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Just 3 on the clock, and Lillard throws it down.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
And that does it for the first quarter. Nets lead by 4. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Johnson. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. And that one's good, Anthony.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Stolen by Cantor. And here's Hollis Jefferson. Jones the pass to Simons. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Jordan. And yes, it's good.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Passes it to Cantor. To the middle. Here's Simons. From outside, off the mark. Nets leading by 4. Here's Luwawu. It's tipped. Green kicks to Dinwiddie. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Outside Jordan. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Jordan's got 6. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Johnson. Now Anthony buries it down low. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Shot clock at 6. Green, the pass to Luwawu. Back to Green. Off target from 3-point range. Takes a 3. Trailblazers keep it alive. To the paint. And Cantor pulls it down. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Trailing by 4. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Pops it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the vertical of Jordan? Easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam. And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Pass to Jones. Here's Simons, guarded by Harden.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Durant way outside. No good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Griffin against Lillard. Covington kicks to McCullough. Nurkic trying to get open. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from McCullough.
You got to know McCullough is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
Harden with it. He has 7. Now here's Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Here's McCollum. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Outside Durant. From deep three-point range. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight, because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
Yeah, easy call.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the night.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
Outside Irving. Can they get it? That's short off the rim. In a wide open look for McCollum. Portland again missing. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. A shot by Harden. Wide open. And Griffin stays with it. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They only had a couple of rough stretches. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys. You know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence as these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
And the handles Irving possesses, I mean, unreal. The great Isaiah Thomas, Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas. Toby Irving might have the best handles he's ever seen.
Here's Lillard. It's good. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Here's McCollum. Lays it up and banks it in. McCollum's got 9.
Gotta respect the speed of McCullough. Fantastic at knifing through the defense and beating them to the bucket.
Harden kicks to Irving. Pass to Durant from deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Trailblazers shooting about 42% so far. And it's in there. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Here is Harden. 7 points in the game. There's the pass to Griffin. The Nets working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. And Durant, here we go. And then Durant with the dunk.
You got to enjoy watching Durant finish strong. A ferocious competitor who's always looking to jam it when he has room to.
Lillard from deep three-point land sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland. Outside Durant from deep three-point range. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. KD's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Lillard against Harden. Lillard dishes the foul. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Covington finds McCollum. Clock at 6. Over KD. Makes it off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
They lost their edge on D here in the second half. I mean, far too passive. They're not dictating the pace anymore.
Harden against Lillard. Harden outside. Nurkic with the block.
This is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Simons surveying the D. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Nets trail by 6. There's 1:26 left here in the 3rd quarter. Harden, no good. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 13-5 run here. He muscles it in through the... And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Craig, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
Strong interior player. When Cantor is looking to score, he isn't afraid of attracting contact.
And Cantor drops them both. 55 seconds left in the 3rd. Harden surveying the D. Outside for KD. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 7 rebounds in the game.
I don't know if it's been the main factor, but his off night has definitely been one factor here.
Griffin passes to Harden.
Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Simons. Back to Hollis Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson with a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Outside Durant from deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers out in front as they end the... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Trailblazers leading by 8. We've got Durant, Harden out there with Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. Griffin with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. KD's got the ball. Good on the three-point shot. KD's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Nets. Here's Simons. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The first one falls. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Harden outside. He dishes it to Irving. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Irving does a solid job maintaining his balance, even with the D being all over him. Impressive athleticism.
McCollum outside. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And the leap McCollum has taken has been remarkable. From little used reserve his first 2 years to star scorer. Are you kidding me?
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Durant in the corner. That's tipped. Covington with it. He's picked up by KD. McCollum. Powell kicks to Lillard. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Harden outside. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Now he's going to be walking a tight line. And one more foul, his night is a wrap.
Portland leading by 9. McCollum outside. Pass to Lillard. Griffin against Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Fires the 3. McCollum. And the second chance effort by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
He plays with so much heart, McCollum. I mean, he is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
The shot by KD. No good.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
McCollum finds Lillard. From deep three-point range for the 3. Lillard again missing. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Irving.
And you can't leave someone open around Durant. He keeps his eyes up, makes a play for his teammate.
Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Back to Lillard. To the inside. Covington. Count it, and the foul. Durant, and so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Free throw drops for Covington. I think so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas, it must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
And a deep three from Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Shoots the three, buries it from three-point range. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Next foul, that's his second personal foul.
First one falls for him.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of all-star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. 17-point game. Harden finds Irving. Back to Harden. Will it go? And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, and Harden is so quick to the cup, just exposing the weak defense with his speed.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road.